from yesterday's wrongs, but it's a match you'd expect Takahashi to win, but you would have said the same yesterday as well. In fact, we did. Takahashi ranked 13 in the world up against Jensen, who's only at 68. Moved up to the number 2 singles player after playing in the third singles matches, the first 2 of the group matches. It was Anna Madsen who won them both actually for Denmark, who was out previously at this point. Takahashi, of course, was out first in yesterday's match when she lost to T Jingyi. Her sister said she thought she looked nervous. Sayaka said Sayaka looked nervous out there. And T Jingyi admitted as well that she was helped out by quite a few unforced errors. So whether she can rid herself of those nerves today, we'll see.
Well, it's probably a little bit more comfortable with a 2-0 lead. She knows that no matter what happens here, they're probably going to seal the deal in the last 2, so she can relax a little bit.
And the good news, I suppose, you know, in a normal tournament, you lose a match like that, yeah, that's it, pack your bags, off you go. But here she is, next day back on court.
Yeah. Which is one of the things that's good about this event, you know, that we don't get to see that often, where you think, whoa, that's not going well, and then the next day something else is happening.
She's 21, as I've said already, ranked 13 in the world. Won her first title in almost a year when she won the German Open, then reached the semi-finals of the Asian Badminton Championships. So she's been in some decent nick in the last few weeks. She got to the semi-final last year as well at the Asian Badminton Championships too. Won the Australian Open back in April last year, the Australian Open in June this year, a Super Series event. I think most of the main players are going to be off to play in that one. Lee Chong-wei, Lin Dan, there's a few others too. So what about Denmark's Sandra Maria Jensen? Well, on day one she lost to Lim Yun Fun of Malaysia in the final game. Admitted she was very upset with that, but the 20-year-old bounced back yesterday. Lost in the first round of the European Championships, lost to Madsen, who has been out number 2 in the first 2 matches in the semis of the Finnish Open. And she won the Portugal Open. That was the Portuguese International back in March. Unang Sukadia of Indonesia, he's our umpire here today.
Ready to play.
And it's Gerald Asano, who is from Canada, who is our service judge. Well, real opportunity here for Sayaka Takahashi to not only redeem herself, but to get her team over the finishing line. And of course tomorrow, if someone goes 3-0, that's the end of the matter. You wonder why today, when you've got a situation where it's 2 wins out of 2 for the nations, why they are carrying on. I suppose it gives us the opportunity to watch 2 16-year-olds later thrash it out.
That's the good thing, but it could have been different, you know. But yeah, that's just how it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Denmark, represented by Sandra Maria Jensen. And on my left, Japan, represented by Sayaka Takahashi. Japan to serve, love all, play.
So, Sandra Maria Jensen has it all to do here to try and salvage something for Denmark. Takahashi beaten yesterday by T Jingyi. Well, she can go out here and get her team to those vital 3 points.
Much better start than yesterday.
1 love.
Down the line.
nicely done from Jensen.
Set is over. 1-2.
It's a tough proposition for her, though, isn't it? For Sandra Maria Jensen here.
Yeah, but she just needs to take it as an opportunity to play a world-class player and enjoy it and play freely. But we're already seeing the start here that Takahashi is playing much better today than she did yesterday. She's not doing so many mistakes. It's more solid, her game.
Yeah, there's nothing like an upset to focus you.
No. And you can say that doesn't suit Sandra Maria Jensen. Because then, yeah, she likes to attack. And she will never get in that position. Or will she?
She's a feisty character, isn't she?
Yeah.
You can see every point means that. Look at the way she celebrates here. You know, it's only 3-2. You think it was a point to go 19 or something, you know. But look at that beautiful wrist control there from Takahashi.
She's more explosive when she's celebrating a shot than she is when she's playing. Good shot.
Gonna have to try and work that out, isn't she? Oh dear. That really was a little bit feisty, wasn't it? I mean,
yeah, she can get pretty angry.
Service judge didn't wince in the slightest, did he?
No.
3-5.
Well, that's her style. It's good to see some different characters sometimes.
Sure, but you want an even temperament out there, don't you?
it's a bit early. It's only 6-3. But
6-3.
But that's her style.
You because you know they talk about it with various sports people about from Andy Murray to Wayne Rooney or whoever, you need to cut that out if they're going to be the. But sometimes you don't want to lose that, do you?
No.
There's a competitive
spirit
there.
You have to control it a little bit, but don't take it away, because that's what you can use on court.
Yeah, and it's
I think it's in football. You say, well, the ones that they have trouble with outside of the court or the field is the same people the defense will have trouble inside the field. So don't lose that aggressiveness. Of course, you have to control it so you balancing it out so you're playing well and it's not ruining your game. But definitely not losing. And I think most people, when you see athletes who are very cool and calm, and I think inside them, if you really ask them how they felt if they lost, I think it would be just as bad as if somebody who's more outspoken.
Did you show your disappointment out on court, Jim?
Why? Had you heard rumors?
Morton was saying something yesterday. He said, "Ask Jim." Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I probably went over the edge too many times, but that was my style.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they won me a lot of games, but I'm also very sure of that I lost some games on it. So.
But it's not easy to get that balance, is it?
No, it's not. I can't really say I ever found it. So.
Good net shot. That's a little short, and yeah, she's giving the stare as well. There, did you see that? Yeah, Takahashi was having none of it, but she was giving the stare.
Well, that's good.
I don't know if we'll see it here on the replay. We'll look at her after the point here. Have some of that. Come on.
That's good to see.
Yeah, we saw that from Sina Newa last night as well. She really was up for every point, not just in the singles as well, in the doubles too.
Well, she's staying in there,
7-9.
even though I don't think that, you know, I don't think she's been playing particularly well, but she's hanging in there. And we see some of these same mistakes Takahashi did yesterday. Sandra is getting some of these drop shots back now. Well played.
Yeah.
8-9.
Oh, it's a good smash.
Service over. 10-8.
It's something I think Sandra has to improve in her game, is her defense. I think she's finding it, looks like she's finding it difficult to turn around quickly enough in her defense.
Okay, play, Sandra.
Oh, well played.
And you know, you feel maybe she's doubly determined because, you know, where she's on the pecking order today, she's number 2. There's a little more responsibility. The match depends on it.
Yeah.
Where she's gone out every other time and the tie's been over.
Yeah, and now she's been given the chance actually to change the course of the match maybe. So that's everything to play for her.
Oh, well played. 10-all.
10-0. Service
A little
over.
bit lucky there, Takahashi.
11-10 interval.
But up 11-10.
So for Sayaka Takahashi, another battle it seems on her hands here after teaching you yesterday. See Sandra Maria Jensen today. She leads just 11 points to 10.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Okay, thank you. Sandra. Thank you. Okay.
So a really good encounter so far. Real contrast in styles all round.
10, play.
Well played.
Service over. 11-0.
Just giving it all.
And she leads now.
12-11.
And she's trailed from the very first point until right now. 12-11 up. God only knows what her reaction would be if she actually won this match.
But I have a feeling that she really needs this set, or game, sorry. She really needs the game here, first game, because it's gonna be, it suits her, just as it did with Line, it suits her to be on that side now, and I think Takahashi's gonna have it easier in the second game with the draft going against her.
13-12.
Anna Madsen has been the one that's been on second previously in this week's Uber Cup for Denmark. Not today though. And the young lady deputising for her is doing pretty well, isn't she? But, Takahashi on the last 2 points. Make that 3 in a row.
And it looks like Takahashi, now she's seen the kind of shots that Sandra Marie is using from the backcourt. She's almost already moving there, especially when she goes around the head side. She goes cross, and from the forehand side she also goes cross. So she's covering that better now, and that leaves Sandra with a little bit of a problem. She might have to use the backcourt a little bit more now to move her. Here comes the cut again. Or slide. Yeah, that's just what I took. Use the clear instead there, just to open up the front court again
13-14.
for the slices.
Sayaka. Sayaka. 13-14.
And then again, the third singles, Mia Blichfeldt. She doesn't look nervous.
No, she doesn't, does she? Oh, the splits there from Sandra Marie.
Thank you.
Don't think I've ever done that.
I definitely have never done that.
15-13.
I would still be sitting there.
Yeah.
Very effective.
16-13.
Played by Takahashi. She's hitting those long line smashes pretty well right now. Sandra needs to try and cover a little bit better, control the rallies. That's exactly what she does here. Well played.
That is over. 14-16.
An alternative way.
Sayaka. Yeah.
See, that's more the Takahashi of yesterday. Doesn't really need to go for that. You know, she's been playing well and, you know, used the drop shots and the clears. Then suddenly we see it out of balance smash.
Yeah, just saw her rolling her shoulders there as well, just trying to relieve some tension. There you go, another one long.
16.
And suddenly it's 16-0 and some big points coming up.
play.
Service over.
And I think, you know, that's where you can see
17,
Sandra is doing pretty well in
16.
this rally. She's under pressure a lot, but when she's in the defense, it's kind of like, she's hesitating too much. You know, she's not calm and relaxed. This is a smash straight to her. She should be able to get that. Oh no. Good net shot.
18,
Also too soft of
16.
return from Sander. Opens up for the spin at the net. Oh, that's miles out.
19, 16.
Did she take a challenge in that one?
Nope, she's just having a breather here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Sandra.
That would have been the worst challenge ever.
Sandra.
That's giving in, and I think this one's a challenge.
20.
No.
Game point,
No.
16.
That's what I'm saying. The players know it. They know if. Yeah.
That's what she's asking. Did she challenge? No, she didn't. I thought she might. She did put her finger up as if she was going to.
But then use it. If your gut feeling is that it's out, then use it. Oh, well played.
So Sayaka Takahashi takes the opening game, 21 points to 16. Sandra Maria Jensen, well, made a fight for it, but I would say there'll be a bit of relief for Sayaka Takahashi there after what happened to her yesterday. Looked like moments in that opening game where she might also be given a bit of a fright here, but she's come through it, 21-16. The head coach for Denmark, trying to get instructions through to Jensen here. It's going to be tricky, you feel, for her in this second game. She needed a confidence boost, her opponent, and the way she finished off that first game, I think she's just got it. But you aren't going to doubt that young lady's fighting spirit, are you, really?
Definitely not. Well, it's going to be difficult for her.
Well, Japan already 2-0 up after the women's singles, the first one, and the women's doubles. So if this goes Takahashi's way, well, that's it.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So Japan, under the guise of Sayaka Takahashi, are a game away from an
Second game.
unassailable
Love
3-0
all play.
lead in this Group Z decider between Japan and Denmark.
Okay, play. Service over. 1 love.
That's pushing it too much. Oh, well played by Sander.
2 love. Service over. 1-2.
Of course, we have to remember that Sandro is normally not playing at this level. He's not playing these level of tournaments, and of course he's feeling the pace of the game, and therefore, of course, at some point maybe fatigue will set in as well. A little bit the same maybe with Line in the first one. They're not used to, you know, being focused and concentrated for that long and in that pace. That's something you have to get used to when you play these big tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Denmark singles, the girls out today, 20, 20 and 16.
Yeah.
I mean, the other one that's rested is 19.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, there's some experience being learned here that will hold them in good stead for next year's Sudamin Cup. The World Championships coming up, of course, at home. Maybe they'd like them in Denmark a couple of years later, these girls.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the thing was, of course, we had Tine Baun, who did well for many, many years, and of course Camilla Martin. Then we had Kirsten Larsen, and we had Lene Køben, who was the world champion, and Camilla Martin was the world champion. You know, we had a long range of somebody taking over the crown, if we can say that.
But there was no one really right behind Tina, was there?
There was a girl, Nana Bosolat, who was coming up, and she actually beat some good Chinese players, and we reached the semi-final in the All England, but she had a career-ending knee injury, and then suddenly you had the problem. You didn't have anybody really to take over, so that's why the National Center has started this project to try and help them to progress into that.
Tina's still playing a bit of badminton, isn't she?
She's playing team events. Yeah. Not now. She's pregnant. So.
Right.
Maybe she's playing. I don't know, but I don't think.
Yeah, badminton's probably not the easiest sport to play while you're pregnant.
She didn't play the last team events because she got too. She played a lot while she was pregnant.
6-3.
Well, she's playing some really solid stuff here, Jensen. Takahashi hasn't pushed on since claiming that first game.
That's wide. We're back to the standard of yesterday from Takahashi.
What's she doing here? Is she challenging? Surely not.
No, it's only changed the shuttle.
Okay.
She's not having it.
Oh,
fair enough. You know, she's not hitting that long out in the side, and she's not doing that because of the shuttle. That's simply because she's not, you know.
Where's her focus gone suddenly? You know, I mean, that's 2 points just slung away in the blink of an eye.
Yeah. Well, there is definitely something going on with her, which is not right.
She's in a spell here, isn't she?
Yeah.
Desperate to change that shuttle.
Yeah.
Service
It's a better smash.
4-9.
The thing is that, you know, fair point to Sanders, he's been playing well, but 3 or 4 of the errors, you know, or the points that he's winning is simple errors from Takahashi.
Yeah. You know, we were just talking about, you know, she's not used to playing at this level.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, any level, you're happy to get those kind of points, aren't you?
Oh,
really?
yeah, definitely. The best points you can get. Don't have to work for them. Plus, it gives you confidence, and it takes the confidence away from the ones who makes it. She's on the side where she can really play.
Five, 9.
It's a tough rally.
Okay, Sandra.
You can see Sandra is trying to get a breath back, taking a lot of time between rallies now.
6-9. Okay. Ready.
Well, she's looking at her coaches straight away. I don't think she needs to look to them.
No, but she doesn't need to go for it. She's just won 2 or 3 rallies where she's rallied and waited for a chance. She doesn't need to go for it. She has to have more patience.
Well, it's a good lead, isn't it, here for Sandra Maria Jensen? A really good lead, and Sayaka Takahashi has hit a real low point, and the interval's coming at a very good time for her because she needs this next minute and a half to sort herself out. You know she's more than capable of turning it around. She's got the talent. Has she got the mental capacity, though? It's Jensen, a game down, but having a nice advantage in this second, 11 points to 6. Got to say, big surprise really to see Jensen 6 up here. Nothing against her, but wasn't expecting
No.
that.
She's doing what she's supposed to do. You know, she has to work hard for maybe to get some easy points.
Thank you.
Just gotta stay with it, and then she can of course see and Takahashi is not ready.
Yeah. Okay.
So Sandra Maria Jensen of Denmark keeping
11,
her nation's hopes of winning the group just about alive here. Can she take the second of the women's singles into a third game?
I think we will see more of that cross-court smash from Takahashi now. That gives her a little bit more to work on the court instead of going for the straight ones.
Well, the one down the line was certainly not working for her, was it? Well, that wasn't too bad. No, look at that. I mean, that was a beautifully hit shot.
But the one thing she needs to understand is the side she's standing on. She, you know, the more the rallies goes, it's in her favor. So she doesn't need to finish it off. It's so hard to stand on the side where Sandra is standing now because you're going to have to work all the time because you can be pushed to the backcourt.
Service over. 12-8.
That's wide.
13-8.
I always like to see what the coach is nodding their approval to Takahashi.
They can only do that. They can only try and make her relax and see if they can get it to play a little bit more freely. She looks very stiff in the game.
Service over.
That was a big miss.
9-13. Service over. 14-9.
Shoulders really slouched from Takahashi there. Body language not good. There's another cheap one. She's disgusted with herself.
Yeah, I can understand that. For her standard, this is simply not good enough. But credit to Sandra. She hangs in there. She does what she needs to do.
16-9.
That's certainly what she needs to do. 17-9 up. Question for you, Jim. I mean, obviously, you know, Takahashi can turn this around and end up winning 21-18 in the second game, but if you're part of the Japanese coaching team now, you've got a quarter-final to come, and let's assume Japan are going to win this group, although we can't completely make that assumption yet, but it's a distinct possibility. Do you pick her?
No.
You can elaborate a little bit, but no, really, simple as that.
Simple as that. The thing I've seen from her in the last 2 days, I simply can't believe that she can turn that around.
There's a challenge here from Jensen.
I think it's out. I think she's right.
Challenge to baseline. Call in.
And it's on the line, I think.
Yeah.
I think it looks in to me, but
I'm just gonna say out for the fun of it.
Okay, let's see
So
who's right.
some of us is winning.
One of us is right. Although I have to say, I waited to the replay before sticking my neck on the block. And it is in.
Well spotted.
Of course it was.
Challenge to unsuccessful.
A much needed point as well for Takahashi.
One challenge.
No, but I wouldn't pick her. I wouldn't believe,
11,
you know,
18,
it's not so much that the way she's playing, but it's also mentally, you know, she doesn't look comfortable. She doesn't, you know, in the smash in the middle of the net, it's kind of a giving up attitude. If she was fighting really hard for every point and you sort of try to make the best, then maybe different. But we haven't seen that the last 2 days.
And there's enough elsewhere for Japan not to use her as well.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, okay, she's the world 13, you can't leave her out. You know, you've got Mitani at world 12, you've got Erika Hirose, who's a very experienced player, and then you've got a young kid who's, you know, done great things already in a short career.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure why Takahashi got this game today was, again,
game to Sandra Maria Jensen, and we're heading into a third here. I mean, it was a pretty emphatic scoreline as well. And I mean, I'd like to see the statistics. How many points did Jensen actually have to win of those 21? Or how many came from errors down the other end? Because this point was a case in point. Put wide with the attempted smash from Sayaka Takahashi. And maybe Denmark can take the second women's singles here. It's one game all. So, no. 21-11.
Yeah, surprising. But this has got to give Sandra a boost, you know. She was close to coming up in that first game, and then she kind of not threw it away, but Takahashi played a little bit better there, and you might think that, okay, she's got the momentum now, and then she just keeps going, Sandra, and then you can see that works against Takahashi, especially when she's playing like she is.
Well, I did ask the question, wonder what she'll relax like if she wins. We could find out the way things are going.
Yeah. But the thing is, why you asked me if I would pick her tomorrow, well, one of the reasons why I wouldn't either is if she doesn't win this one, her confidence is not gonna, you know, this is a game she got probably because they thought she was gonna win this one.
20 seconds, okay.
Well, a deciding game for the women's singles. We had a match in the women's doubles that went on an hour. This one's gone 36 minutes already.
Final game.
It started late as well, didn't it? Because we had to wait for the match on court two rather, to finish from the morning session. So a lot of more badminton yet to come, even after this one. But will it have meaning? In other words, can Jensen pull the pull back for Denmark, or is Sayaka Takahashi going to actually seal the deal for Japan?
And that's the first time we've seen her with her fist up, you know, really like celebrating. So they've probably been speaking in pretty hard words to her that this is not acceptable. You know, at least you can really try and give your best and show the attitude that's needed. Also for the team sitting outside, they need to know that they can rely on her.
Well, that's been... I mean, is that the same player down there, the way that she played those first 3 points?
Maybe it's her sister.
They slipped a Yaka out there. Oh, you can't. I mean, the name's not much different, but they do look different, actually.
Yeah, Sandra. 3 love.
Definitely a change in style. And if she keeps this up, she's going to change my mind as a coach as well. So about picking her, you know, if she can show the coaches, that could be one thing they've said. If we're to pick you tomorrow, you got to show something different here. I know that could be hard, but that's really, she needs to, can you say, hit in the backside.
Yeah, she needed to kick up the backside. Yeah. She did.
As I said, it's okay to do everything you can and not win and, you know, make some mistakes in there. It's not every day you're on the top of your game. But
sure. We saw that from the Danish women's doubles team, didn't we, in the last game? But they showed spirit at least.
But had she had this attitude and made the same mistakes, we would have had a different feeling. But that's not what she showed. But so far, it's different.
Well, first 5 points have gone Takahashi's way in this third game. Make that 6.
Way better. 6. And there, you see, shouting, showing to your coaches, I want this.
And for Jensen, more a deflating experience. You just win.
7 love.
Yeah, there's a little bit of eyeball going on again. Deflating experience for her, because, you know, the high, I've just, you know, yeah, and the shuttle's not coming back now either. I've just taken 21-11 off the world number 13.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, like that, what we played a few minutes in this third game, and she's 7-0 down.
That's frustrating. But she that's well played.
1-7.
But she's just gotta now say, okay, I know the other Takahashi is in there as well. So I gotta keep this, you know, I gotta keep steady and keep fighting, and then maybe I can get back into this game.
Yeah, she's given a few yells at her as well there. I don't know if you noted that. Now, and a little delay here too as well.
There you have it.
2-7. Sepisova 8-2. Sepisova 3-8.
That's what I said. Hang in there. Maybe we'll see these mistakes again.
Yeah, 7-0 has become 8-4.
Service over 9-4.
Yeah, difficult times these for Sayaka Takahashi, even though she is now leading. Yeah, you wonder what's going through her mind.
Oh, it's wide. That's a good smash though.
4.
And that's not what Sandra should be doing, you know. She should be rallying. You know, it's not make Takahashi try and make those smashes. That's in.
That's out.
Service over 5-10.
That says it all, really. Have a look at this when she wins the point here. Look at that. Come on, and again.
Come on.
Yes.
Yeah. It wasn't like she won the point. It was more Takahashi just threw it away.
But it's almost like the Japanese coaches would say, you know, take a little bit of that, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, your game and her willpower, you'd be an even better player. But as you say, you are what you are. You can't suddenly force yourself to become something different.
No.
And it is a lead now for Takahashi, 11-5. Yeah, looking far more positive from a Japanese standpoint now in this third match.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Thank you. Coach, thank you. Yeah.
So can Sandra Marie Jensen find a way back in this match again, or is this now the time for Sayaka Takahashi to get her first win at this Uber Cup and make it 3-0 Japan? No way back for Denmark if that is the case.
11-5. Play. Trailer 5.
It's gotta hurt.
Yep. But there's no way she's just going to let the shuttle go past her.
That was a well-played
Yeah,
rally
thank
by
you.
Takahashi.
Sandra, are you okay?
7 points her lead.
Trailer 5. Service over. 6-12.
A little bit more self-doubt for Takahashi.
Next match 4-3. Third women's singles. Malaysia, represented by Lim Chun Sien, and Germany, represented by Annika Doe. Umpire Marcel Schmidt, Switzerland. Service judge Jindira Purwakarakan, Thailand.
That's going wide.
Service over. 13-6.
She's getting closer, edging there, isn't she, Takahashi?
see that cross
14,
smash is working a
6.
little bit better than those straight ones. I know she had a good few ones in the start of this game, but we've basically been seeing her hitting those out. But
Sandra,
what she does when
don't
she
do that.
smashes
You can
crosses,
hit
she leaves herself with a little bit more room to the line. And the only thing is that, of course, it's a little bit easier. It's not easy, but you can defend it better. But that's better than doing mistakes. A good smash from Sandra here.
Seven server.
I like that change of direction when she wins
7-14.
again with a point. It's pretty quick. Look from the smash to the win, and then she whoops the other way. Looks like at old times at the Wimbledon when they were up and they won a point at the net, and then Stefan Edberg, I think he moved to the side quickly.
15-7. Seven server.
Close.
8-15.
Down to 7 points again.
Yeah, still a comfortable lead, you have to say, for Sayaka Takahashi. 7 points ahead, 6 points required.
Seven server. 16-8.
So Japan looking very much like group winners here right now, don't they?
Seven server.
It's been a nervous performance though, hasn't it,
9-16.
from Takahashi, even if it is going to more likely than not be a winning one.
Okay, Sayaka. Sayaka.
Well, you can see Sandra visibly showing her disappointment that Takahashi wasn't ready and deciding to walk away. Referee, or I should say the umpire, having a word with the Japanese player. You'd think she'd have learnt by now, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. In badminton, if you've done it one time, you can't do it again. It's a bit strange, I must say. I don't know what to say actually. I've never seen so many of the same mistakes.
It's over. 17-10.
That was a lovely shot. Trying to relieve that tension.
Okay, thank you.
Takahashi.
Yeah.
Caught being wiped up while we're waiting.
One thing though that can happen, you say,
Ten.
let's say the draw is that they're gonna play a really good team and Takahashi's maybe not the favorite. It could be that she's more relaxed. You have to remember the last 2 matches she has played, she is the clear favorite. People expect her to win, not easily but comfortably. Apparently she's not good at that.
No, it doesn't look like it.
So it could be a little bit easier if she could,
Yeah.
okay, nobody expects me to win. No, I'm just gonna get, it's often you see that, and then you can. It's easier to surprise than it is to go and do what is expected.
Sepisova.
Oh, she's getting there
18.
slowly but
11.
surely.
Better cross match again.
Set is over.
2 more points
19-11.
required for Japan to top the group here. Match points have arrived,
20.
and
Match
you have
point,
to say in this
11.
third set, although there have been some repetitive errors again, of course not as many as in that second game, but she failed to see off T Jing-yi of Malaysia, but it looks as if she is going to get a win here against Sandra Maria Jensen of Denmark. Japan are over the line. Sayaka Takahashi gets them the all-important third point in this match against Denmark, but she huffed and puffed away, didn't she, to that victory. Sandra Maria Jensen showed some great fighting spirit, helped out by some careless, unforced errors from
Match
her
won
opponent.
by Japan,
But in 3 games,
21-16,
Sayaka
11,
Takahashi
21,
does get the
21,
win.
11.
(21-11) in this final game.
Sayaka, you go to the marker.
Long from Jensen meant match over. So still another women's doubles and a women's singles to come, but there's nothing Denmark can do about topping the group. Japan will do that. They now lead 3-0. Well, an interesting match really in many respects. Some real feistiness, shall we call it, from Jensen, which was really good to see, entertaining to watch, and some nerves, jitters throughout from Sayaka Takahashi. Jensen kind of made the most of those nerves as well. 21-16 in the first game to Takahashi, and you really thought, well, that's that. It's going to be 2-0, but no, that wasn't the case. Jensen stood her ground. And that second game, Takahashi's errors really started to creep in. That cross-court winner worked well for the Japanese player. Down the line, not so much. To Jensen in this second game, and you just wondered, could she then go on and really make something of this match and give the women's doubles pair coming on next something to really fight for? But I suppose some credit to Takahashi here. She in the end got things done. They were on court for just under an hour. Takahashi will be very relieved that she managed to get the job done eventually. 21 points to 11 in this final game. She showed some great reactions, didn't she, throughout that match? But the win in the end does go Japan's way. And well, for the final 2 rubbers of this tie, Jill Clark will be taking over the hot seat. And well, hopefully I'll catch up with you all later. 3-0 in the overall scoreline here to Japan against Denmark.
Well, thanks very much, Richard, and to Jim. I'm Jill Clark, and as Richard was saying, unassailable lead now for Japan. That means that they will top the group. The number 2 seeds, Japan. 3 matches played, 3 victories, but of course at the group stage we do play out all 5 matches. So the second women's doubles will be up next. And that should be a very good match. It's a real shame that the match overall tie is not still alive, because I think this women's doubles could be intriguing. And if that's intriguing, how about the last match? 2 youngsters, 2 16-year-olds, both juniors, obviously, battling it out. The world junior champion, Akane Yamaguchi, twice world junior champion, up against Mia Blichfeld of Denmark. My goodness me. Morton, we've got some interesting badminton to look forward to, even though the match is decided.
Yes, I totally agree. It's a shame. It's really a shame to see that the match as such, the tie is over, 3-0 for Japan. But we still have some good badminton to come.
Absolutely. So, as we can see, the women's doubles, Mayuki Maeda and Reika Kakiwa up against Luna Damke-Kreuzer and Marie Ropka.